1980s edition of our cocktail creations. I'm J Mix, your host for this series. So today we're going to be focusing on two of my favorite things. What are those favorite things? An afternoon cocktail and meal prepping. So for many of you who've spent all day doing your hair, working 8 to 5, by the time you get home, all you want is a nice, refreshing afternoon cocktail. But often it takes a lot to mix and stir, get the ingredients out. So today we're going to focus on how you can meal prep. That's right, meal prep your cocktails ahead of time. Now, I referenced doing my hair. I do want to ask all of our viewers, even those from home, please do not light any matches, lighters, or just control all ignition sources because there's a lot of hairspray and this could blow at any time. So, for our cocktail creation, today we're going to be making a spiked Jell-O mold. Now, maybe in the future they'll call them Jell-O shots, who knows, but for now we're making a spiked Jell-O mold. Given that we're in coronavirus, we've taken a typical Jell-O mold, might be quite large, wonderful for sharing, and made it mini. So we will be using a small Bundt pan for these. Now, very simple, I'm going to say 4 ingredients, one of which is Jell-O. We are going to use some Margarita mix, I hope we have enough, and then some tequila. Now our 4th is going to be our hot water, which I just poured. You can use boiling water, just make sure it's very hot. All right, which most of the time boiling water is quite hot. Okay, so for this recipe it calls for 3 ounces of our Jell-O mix. I'm using lime Jell-O. I think that goes best for the margaritas. I did not have a 3-ounce box. I had a 6-ounce box, so we're gonna make that work. So I'm gonna get my big measuring cup right here. Now, when I said meal prep, it's because this is edible. I wouldn't recommend it for those under 21. So we're gonna use about half of this. Yeah, that's about right. And then after that, we're gonna add in a cup of boiling water. Ooh, see that nice green color? Let me stir it around just a bit. Like I said, quite simple, but it's meal prepped because you do have to let it sit overnight. So we went ahead, worked ahead, and I've got a nice one sitting up right now. After that, we're gonna do half a cup of our margarita mix. Now, I could only find my cup, measuring cup, so we're gonna do a half a cup. Just gonna eyeball it, that's about right. And you know, I have a little bit extra in case I need it. Okay. And then also a half a cup of tequila. Now for today, we're using Patron, Silver Patron. There's several different types of tequila. Use whatever you'd like. I do recommend the ones that actually come in glass bottles versus the plastic ones. You're gonna get a little bit better quality there. So once again, a half a cup of tequila. Okay. Just gonna mix that in. I'm gonna give it a nice little stir. Where'd my fork go? My hair. Nice little stir it around. Woof. You know, some days are just not great hair days. Had trouble with my hair, with my shoulder pads. It's just been quite an experience today. So like I said, we're using the small Bundt pans that we don't have to worry about this wonderful coronavirus. We can safely share this. We're just gonna fill it in. Now, go ahead and fill it as far up as you want. This is not going to expand at all when it cools. So from here, we're just gonna pop it into the fridge. We're gonna let that sit overnight, and then tomorrow we'll be quite ready to enjoy those spiked Jell-O molds after work. So not only is this my first time making a spiked Jell-O mold, but I'm quite curious what it tastes like. Very strong. Woo! All right, let's give it a shot. Actually, this is much better than the previous margarita. Ooh, nope, there it is. Whew! It just hits you a little bit late. Okay, so it's a little strong, a little bit strong, but we'll see what happens after it's set up. So we've had ours sitting overnight. Let me go ahead and pull this out. can see, it fits nicely in here. A little jiggle to it. Now, we are going to dump this out. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Nope, so I did bring a knife, just in case. So we're just gonna... Now, the only thing with it is it may not look as pretty as I wanted it to, especially with that inside line you gotta go around. Let's see if we can get it out. You can't, so that's all right. There's a trick to this too. Oh, there it is. Okay, so look at that. Little jiggler right there. Okay, so let's give this a try. Now, if you're sharing this, I'd recommend go ahead and slice it up. You know, get nice little slices. Really, I think we're probably only gonna want a bite or two, perhaps, but feel free to eat the whole thing too. I would say there's probably about 1/4 cup of tequila in this one by itself because I used about half of my ingredients. I'm getting a little nervous. See how this is gonna taste. Actually, it tastes just like normal Jell-O, so this could get us in trouble. Because it's quite delicious. So I'm gonna try, you know, I might just end up eating this whole thing. So thank you all for joining us for another cocktail hour. This has been our 1980s version, and I hope you enjoy your spiked Jell-O mold.